chances to actually play, means more chances to get more points. And soon enough, stay tuned, because I think it's like 2 to 3 weeks from now, we'll be getting the first bi-monthly. And that's certainly going to be something to see. All these players in action. And running it back to the action on screen right now, curious to see Tama with Palutena. Tama, a very versatile player, being able to juggle his 3 characters at a very high level play, those being Palu, Rob, and Aegis. But against Gabs, opting for Palu over Aegis, which is what I believe considered one of Game & Watch's worst matchups.
I believe that he's making the switch because he's not comfortable with recovering outside. We know that Gabs is very offensive-minded when it comes to actually edgeguard situations, and if you have Aegis to actually try to cover something, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to actually try to do some recovery options, whereas Palutena does have better tools in that regard, even though we can all agree that Aegis just a little bit better on that tier spectrum.
True, but Palu not really falling all that far behind, as that upper killing practically from mid-screen. I mean, Game Watch is a light character, but 103 after the hit is still kind of early. And yeah, as you said, Aegis could win the neutral, but when it comes to Game & Watch and advantage, it's gonna be very difficult to make it back from that back air off stage that just lingers and can gimp you at practically nothing. At the same time, Palu does beat Game & Watch from my understanding. You just gotta be able to beat him in the air, if that makes sense.
When it comes to hitboxes, Palutena should have an advantage as well whenever he throws out the back air. Game & Watch does have to commit a little bit more to his arsenal of moves. While the down tilt is not trying to connect, but it's already 2 stocks ahead, 100% of extra credit on that second stock by Tama. The back air should be enough to take away that stock. And again, we have those disjointed hitboxes. It is more difficult for Game & Watch to actually get something going. Do remember that the oil panic does get less power because the things that he is using to actually absorb energy is going to be the explosive flame, and he is absorbing the multi-hits. So it's a smaller advantage for something that you can get more consistently in this matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely a move that a lot of times you'll see probably going to happen even more further down the line. Just avoiding explosive flame by bucketing, but it's not going to be some big comeback factor like in other matchups, because the strength of the oil panic is depending on the projectile you absorb. So the projectile is stronger than move, but move not being quite strong enough to close it out. Tama looking very dominant in this game, closing it out with a 3 stock.
Yeah, it wasn't even close for this one. Let's see how Gabs is going to be able to adapt to what the Palutena was bringing to the table. And as we saw, Tama does use Palutena, does use the Aegis, does use Rob. He does have a myriad of different characters. For this particular matchup, it's been going really, really well. To see if Gabs can actually, like we mentioned before, adaptation is going to be key. Switching into small battlefields, so it's going to be less space for the Palutena to move around. Let's see if we can get a little bit more aggressive. Use those upbeats to actually get away, and
making the character switch to Byleth, actually. I mean, to a certain degree, it kind of makes sense because I know Gabs, this isn't just some random try. Gabs does have the Byleth, though. I don't think it's anywhere near close to Game & Watch's level. But I don't think it's a bad idea to try out new things against high-level players, because you get to see just how your new character actually stacks up. And it's a tough matchup for Game & Watch to adapt to, because if Palu just does not touch your shield, you don't get upbeats out of shield. And she just has to like air to air your aerials, and she's going to beat it out with her invincible back air.
Well, I don't like it. So far, and I'm being honest, like I don't like it because he's not really used to using the Byleth in tournament. We see that actually coming out,
very rough start,
trying to do something. And while the Game & Watch is his tried and true character, we have seen him use Byleth every now and again, but the nair loops and the up air loops are actually suffocating him right now.
Yeah, Tama just steamrolling the Byleth right now. It's oh god, oh no.
It's not looking good. But good tether grab by Gabs to see if maybe we can get some stage control on there. Dash attack connecting by Tama, who continues to just weave and bop his way around every single hitbox that Gabs is going to try and throw out. And that's another thing. You're used to Game & Watch's speed and hitboxes. We do know that Byleth is a lot slower in that regard. The back air actually connecting that time. So we're down to possibly
oh no,
his
here
last
comes
stop.
he's in the blender.
And 55%
Oh,
on there,
no.
free, 71% trying to go for that.
Oh, he really went for it. That just shows how much confidence Tama just has had in this game. It's very, yeah, definitely. I don't judge him for trying to see how the Byleth stacked up, but Tama giving him a real quick reality check. Like, sorry, kiddo. I mean, you gotta keep working on that. Right now, it's looking really tough for Gabs. Oh, not the SD. Yep, regrab. Oh,
Regrab.
baby.
He tried to get something going. Unfortunately, is not going to be it for Gabs. Tama advances. According to what it says right there, it should be winners.